Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, this is my latest crawler to my fleets of crawlers, and it's a RGT Land Commander, which I've done a deal on with a good friend of mine. I say he bought it and I was very happy that he actually got it. And he ended up doing a deal with me for a crawler that I had. So we've done a deal and now I've got this and I'm very, very happy that I have. I'm going to show you what features it's got and how my opinions of how it ran, because I've already done a pre-recording of the running of this already, so I know what it performs like already. But that video will be after this one, so please stay tuned for that. Within the back in this little case here, I did get a manual. Well, I say it's a manual, just like a leaflet of it. There was another one which I've forgotten where I put it now, and that shows you how to remove this section of the body. There's two little clips at the back underneath here, which then twist and it lifts off, and at the front you got the body pins which you just slide backwards and it should then lift off. I'm going to start with the controller before I move on to the actual car itself. It is a 10-channel controller and receiver, which I was actually really impressed by it, because the most I've ever had in the past is a 6-channel with my FlySky GT5 controller, but this one has got 10. I'm going to show you what does what, but firstly, this actually feels quite comfortable within my hand, and when I was out crawling with it with a good friend of mine, it actually did respond quite nicely, and it didn't feel uncomfortable to hold it whilst recording. It actually felt really nice. And the steering wheel was responsive, and so was the throttle. And underneath here is, it just needs 4 AA batteries. So the channels, you got the standard throttle just here, and your steering for channel 1 and 2. Up here is 3 and 4, and that does your lockable and unlockable differentials, because that has this feature on it where you can lock the front and rear diffs and unlock them as and when you need to. Moving on to which one's 4? Not quite sure where 4 is. I do apologise for that one. Yeah, sorry, that is 3 and 4. Sorry, that's on me. Move on to these two, which is 5 and 6. There's 2 here. That is for the winch, because it's got a fully working servo winch, as you can see with this hook thing at the front bumper. Move on to channel 7. Yep, channel 7. Had to make sure on that one. That is to select it from four-wheel drive to front-wheel drive. And then if you push it even further this way, for this channel here, it then locks the rear, because he's got the dig feature on this, where you can actually lock up the rear wheels, and then the front will just pull the truck around. It's a nice little feature to actually have that. Before I had my FTX Centaur, I didn't think I actually needed it, but it is a great feature, and I'm very pleased that this RGT actually has that feature to it. I'm very pleased. Move on to channel 8, which is just here. Again, the license is not very good, so I do apologise. Channel 8 just here, and that is for the 2-speed gearbox that this actually has. And it does make a difference when out trailing with this vehicle. Channel 9 is for the lights, because it's got fully working lights all the way around, where you can have them off, have them fully on, or you can have the lights flashing. May either have them off or they're fully on. The flashing feature I'm not too keen of, so it's either on or off for me. And channel 10, I haven't fully discovered what that does yet. It could be very well be empty, but when I was pushing it, nothing actually happened on the actual RGT. So as far as I'm aware, channel 10 is actually empty. So, and underneath here is your usual trim features for your steering and your throttle, and all this is all your drag brake settings and whatnot. I haven't got a user manual to actually explain how to set the drag brake better, because as far as I'm aware, you have to look online for the settings for that, which I haven't done yet. So that's all the controller. Move on to the car itself, and the way it looks, I absolutely love the way this thing actually looks. You do get the choice of two colours. This one comes in grey, which in my opinion is the best colour out of the two. Oh, the other one is a beigey colour, which both are nice, are very nice, but I much prefer this one at the two. The standard wheels and tyres are very nice, are very soft, but there was occasion when out crawling that they were very slippery and couldn't get a grip for what I was driving on. But you will see that in a video, which will be in the next one after this one. So you will see in that video what I mean, they couldn't get a grip. That's complete with a snorkel. The front bumper is actually really nice. I quite like that. It's similar to my FCX Trooper, style was. Excuse me. I said the snorkel. It's got 3 nice mirrors on both sides, and it has got a nice interior with a driver as well. As you might have guessed already, because this has actually been out for roughly 5 or 6 months from the time of this recording. These 2 back doors do actually open. This little latch here, you just push up and lift. And then you've got a whole department, or container, whatever you like to call this, to put all your tools and whatnot stuff in there. Quite a nice little feature. And at the back, which I'll show you now, it has got 2 fully functional spare wheels at the back with, as I say, with tyres on them. So if you end up ripping a tyre on the working wheels, you can actually fit one of these. Same again with this side. This door does actually open with this little latch, and the same. And again, same with the other side. Everything's the same. So I've got to take the body off. I've already done the clips as well. So there's the 2 clips where you put the body clips just in here. And at the back here, there you got the 2 little twisty knobs at the back. Right, so I just got to put you on pause while I take you off my phone holder. And here is what is underneath the body shell. Starting with the ESC, as far as I'm aware, there is a Hobby Ring 1060 with a Dean's plug on it. It did run 3S LiPo battery on it quite happily yesterday from the time of this recording. So I know this can actually take a 3S LiPo battery perfectly fine. Under here is the receiver for the controller. And sitting next to it is the 2 mini servos for the lockable and unlockable differentials. Just here. Sitting next to that is the 2-speed gearbox, which works very nicely. And just here, this mini servo here is for the 2-speed gearbox. And this one is for the dig feature for the rear wheels, along with releasing the rear drive shaft to make it a front wheel drive vehicle only. Which, whilst they're out calling, I'm not too sure why you would have that, but it's good to have that extra feature. Connected to that is a RGT brushed motor. I've forgotten what turn this actually is, so if you do know, please leave a comment. Here is a servo winch mounted at the front, very nicely, and just tucked away behind it is the steering servo. Again, like the motor, I've actually forgotten what kilogram that actually is, but the torque of it, whilst out crawling, was actually quite reasonable for a standard servo, so I was quite impressed by that. And just here is all the plugs for the lights, because you've got rear lights going towards the back. And just here, just underneath, is the control for the lights. As I say, you can change all the different settings on the lights, and that's the control for it just there. And this is the underside of the interior and the bodywork itself. These 2 wires just here, I've only just seen them, so I'm not quite sure what they're for, but I'll soon find out. So that is my latest crawler to my fleet, and as I say, in the next video will be the first test run under my ownership to see how it performs. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.